Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the official Nerd Talk channel. My name is Tyler, aka Mind of a Nerd, joined by my co-host AJ Reacts. We are back for another episode of Nerd Talk. We are here on episode 121, doing a live watch along for Aliens in preparation for Alien Romulus releasing tomorrow evening. We are very, very excited for that film. We will also be covering the latest Disney and Marvel news coming out of D23 this past weekend, as well as a couple of trailers and the season 2 finale of House of the Dragon. What is going on, everybody? I had a very whatever final day because we are going on vacation this weekend, and normally the last day at work before you go on vacation is normally the slowest and the most boring because you're counting down the minutes, but
I'm
I
ready to
couldn't complain.
go.
Yeah, literally, I want to go. But I couldn't complain. It was a very slow but fine day. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, so today I was dealing with some things about that said trip, and it's pretty frustrating. Some crazy stuff, some stuff that
Hmm.
you probably wouldn't even believe. Our hotel caught on fire, but
That's
you
not
know,
funny. That's not funny.
it's true though. So but we got it all figured out, and you know, I'm here, I'm ready, and I'm ready to get into it.
All right. So without further ado, let's get into the big topic before our main topic. That is the D23 coverage from this past weekend. So I forgot to pull up all the images. So this is just going to be us talking about what happened at D23. So Disney really was the I know all of it was Disney, but when I say Disney, I mean like Disney animation and stuff, not Marvel. Last week was or 2 weeks ago was like Marvel and stuff. This week was mostly Disney's time to shine with their stuff.
Pixar and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I guess I want to start with most of it was just major announcements, if you will. So I'm gonna start with my favorite announcement that came out of D23, and that was the fact that we are getting a third Incredibles movie. Um, I think the first Incredibles is one of the greatest animated movies ever made, and I personally love the sequel. I know a lot of people don't. I don't understand why, but I personally love that movie. And I guess it was my favorite announcement because I wasn't expecting it. Um, of all the things that they were going to talk about, this was the one thing I was not expecting them to talk about. I was like, oh,
Yeah, we
it's
didn't
like,
even hear any like whispers about it happening or anything.
well, no,
Obviously, we've been talking about what?
they said it like a little while ago that they
Mm,
were working on it, but them officially announcing it, I was like,
yeah,
oh wow,
like we hadn't
I
heard
was
really much news about it, any castings, any you know anything like that. So we were kind of like it was kind of on the back burner.
yeah, for sure.
But I agree. It
Um,
was my biggest announcement of the night too. The Incredibles is one of my childhood favorites. Part two is really good. I enjoy it as well. But having it be a part three come out, I'm down for it. And them officially announcing it, it's like okay, this is real. So I there are specific ways that I hope that they go about this movie. I'm glad that it's happening, but I do want a time jump. I don't want these kids to be kids anymore. I want them to be either like older teenagers or adults. I want to see what life looks like for them, what life looks like for Bob and Mrs. Incredible. I want to see what it looks like Jack being an adult or a teenager. I just want them aged up and see what life looks like for them. And I want them to do the villain right. And this movie could be epic, could be awesome. I'm excited for it though, nonetheless.
do you think like because at the end of Incredibles 2 they made it that like the superheroes were like they were basically legal, if you
Hmm.
will, like they
Right.
could be out in the world. Do you think that's going to be like the focal point of that movie?
I think it's going to if they do it the way that I envision it, where it's years and years later, we're gonna see the impact of what it has been like with superhero beings being able to be super for a long time, and like to deal with that like in society. I would be interested to see that. So yeah, I do think they're going to deal with that. I don't know if it's going to be a focal point, but I think it's going to be a lot of themes surrounding that.
Mm, all right. The next thing I wanted to talk about, this was pretty major. I did pull this
Mhm,
up. We
mhm.
have our first official look at the live action version of Lilo and or Stitch for Lilo and Stitch. So there he is in all his furry blue glory, if you will. Um, okay. So for those who don't know, Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney animated movie that is not the big three.
Same for
Easily.
me.
It is a movie that I watched so much as a kid. I hold it near and dear to my heart. And when they announced that they were going to do this live action, I got cold shivers. And I was like, what are you doing? Because Beauty and the Beast, I can see it happening. We did see it happen. And I personally really like that one. Lion King was horrible. And Aladdin was one of those, you took that risk and I don't think it paid off. It paid off in some parts. Will Smith
Yeah.
as the genie was fire.
Hmm.
But a lot of that movie, I was like, don't do that. Don't do that in live action. Oh, you did that in live action. You did Jafar yeah.
Ah,
Thank you
that's
for that.
it's a pretty divisive film, but yeah, ultimately it doesn't really
But
work for me.
when they announced that they were gonna do live action Lilo and Stitch, I was like, oh dear God, we have gone off the deep end now, because it's like there's so many. The thing I like about Lilo and Stitch is that it's this like it's essentially like in the weirdest way, it's like Star Wars in Hawaii, to where it's like you have this big Star Wars adventure going on, but then down on Earth, it's just this little girl playing with her dog that happens to be an alien that was involved in this big Star Wars adventure.
Mhm.
Seeing that in animation, the animation, it came out what 2002, and it's just immaculate. One of the greatest animated looking movies ever. And now we want to do it live action. Originally, this was going to go to Disney Plus, but then they moved it to theaters. Which, even if this movie sucks, that's the smartest decision they could have made because, cha-ching. Um, this right here was my biggest fear. Number one, this was the thing I was like, oh god, what is this thing going to look like? I will say right now, I don't hate it. When I first saw it, I said, oh lord, what is that? I don't hate it. The one thing I appreciate, he looks like Stitch. They didn't
Yeah.
change his design. They didn't try to alter it, modernize it. They kept him the same. He has his ears, he has his hands, he has his little ball for a tail, that little thing. He
Yeah.
has that. He has his fur, and he looks cute. He
Yeah.
does.
He's ugly but cute
Yes.
at the same time.
There are certain angles in this reveal that I was
Mhm.
like, that looks kind of weird. But then there's other angles where I was like, no, that looks good.
I absolutely love this reveal in motion. I
Oh
think
yeah,
it's I
it's
think
great.
like when like you pointed out to me before, the stream, like when he puts his ears back and and he's kind of like sporadic, like looking around,
Hmm.
it feels like Stitch in
And the
that moment.
voice. I think they
The
got the
voice
same
too, yeah.
voice.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
voice too. So that all adds together. One thing that's a little different that, doesn't really convey over, animation is that he is furry. In
Hmm.
the animated, you can't really tell if he's furry or not. But like
Hmm.
here you can clearly tell. And I honestly like the design. You can see it on his chest very, very clear how furry he is.
So in terms of the aesthetic of him, they nailed it. They got it 1000% right. However, this is like one minor checkbox of like 5 million I still have with this movie because one, how is he going to look when he's interacting with human beings? Two, how are Jumba and Pleakley and all these other aliens going to look in live action? That is, I honestly think it's a miracle that they got Stitch to look the way they did. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like everything else in this movie is gonna look horrible in comparison to Stitch is gonna look like Jesus Christ in compared to everything else. I think, but that's just a fear that I have. Um, am I excited for this movie? No, I'm still not. You can give me all the correct designs you want. At the end of the day, it's still a Disney live action remake. These aren't good. Most of them are not good. The past couple have been rather horrendous. Pinocchio, which I thought was going to be a slam dunk, it was a slam, all right. Slam in the garbage bin. That was horrible. You know, so do I think it's gonna be good? Not really, no. But in terms of Stitch, he doesn't look like an abomination. He looks like Stitch, and I think that was the most important thing for me. If he had looked bad, I would be like, oh, I give up. I give up. You know, but
At D23, the reveal, they actually had like a little, like some footage
yeah,
before actually seeing him full on. And I thought that was kind of cute. Like he's running around, a POV shot of him running around and trying to escape. He finally escapes and he pops out of the screen. I think the whole
it's
thing
a great
that
teaser.
there was kind of cute. But
That should have
as
been
far
that should have been they should have released that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. They did release this part that we're seeing right here on like socials and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I seen it on, Disney's page. But, I wish we would have seen like the lead up to that too, officially. But as far as this movie is concerned, when I heard about it, I was indifferent because I do love this movie, and seeing it and them do it well in live action makes me very nervous. But also, if they do it right, it could be great.
Oh yeah, it could.
Um, and so that I'm just right on the fence with that. And seeing this reveal, I don't know. I'm a little optimistic about it. I'm a little optimistic about it. I need to see a trailer first of all to see like how the tone of the movie is going to go, because a lot of times in these live action movies and live action remakes, they like to change it to like a more serious tone, kind of leave out some comedy and stuff like that, because but this movie is like it's the essential tone of this movie is like comedic.
Yeah.
And if they lose that, if they lose like the essential tone of the animated film, I'll be very disappointed. But overall, I'm anticipating it. Am I excited for it? I'm still on the fence. I really want to see a trailer, but I am looking forward to it though.
All right. The next thing that I wanted to talk about real quick is this art from the fifth Toy Story movie. Five. We have five. I have a full hand of Toy Story movies now. Thank you, Pixar. So we got this announcement of Toy Story 5 a while ago, back when Disney was like, we're not making any money. We have to do something. Toy Story 5, Frozen 3 and 4. We might be doing Incredibles 3. You know, they were spazzing out because the past couple years for them has just been, in the words of Deadpool, miss after miss after miss. That's what happens when you make soulless remakes of your animated classics. But anyway, so they
We get
greenlit it.
that.
Yeah, we get a green light for Toy Story 5, a movie of which nobody was asking for. Nobody was asking for the fourth one, and I was honestly annoyed when they announced it. When they announced the fifth one, I was like, oh my god, you ended this franchise twice. both pretty good, but you ended it twice, and you want to go back again. And from the looks of this concept art, it's gonna undo the ending of 4.
I'm kind of happy about that. I kind of was disappointed about the ending of 4, if I'm being honest.
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
love it.
I don't really feel strongly about Toy Story 4. I think it's a fun DLC to Toy Story, to where Toy Story 3 it ends it. It's like, yeah, and then Toy Story 4 is the very well made, very animated straight to Disney Plus movie. To where it's like, hey, here's the next adventure with them, just cuz. And
I
now
can
we're
see
getting
that.
another one. It's like, we don't need this. We don't.
We
I'm
don't.
genuinely shocked we did not get an announcement of a fourth Cars movie. I'm genuinely shocked.
That might be coming. I wouldn't be not. I would not be surprised
And
if that
didn't they say they were
got
doing a
announced.
third Finding Nemo, or they were working on one?
I wouldn't be surprised. It doesn't ring a bell, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I don't know if they can, because Ellen DeGeneres is kind of a weirdo right now. But
They'll recast.
in terms, no, they won't. No, they won't.
Okay.
Um, in terms of this, I kind of like the idea of they they said they have to like fight against electronics, like that's going to be the villain. I kind of like that idea of, oh yeah, toys aren't needed in the world because kids are so tablet friendly, which I understand what they're going for, but I don't find that entirely realistic, because some kids are, like, Bonnie is in this picture, but I feel like toys are still pretty prominent in today's day and age. Like, I work in retail. Black Friday is literal hell. Do you know how many toys I ring out? Like, toys are still prominent. It's not that we live in an age where people just don't, or kids just don't play with toys at all, because they still are. And toys come in many different forms. If they're not, like the toys you see here, they're Legos. Like, yes, Legos are toys. Okay, like, don't act. Oh well, I'm a 25-year-old man and I build Legos. That doesn't mean they're toys. You play with toys. Okay, I play with toys. All right. I just don't find the whole concept of it that realistic, but I feel like it's the only direction they can go at this point. you know, I'm not thrilled about this happening. I'm just really not. You know, it kind of just feels exhausting at this point. It feels like, oh, you're going back to this because the fourth one made $1 billion. Really? You
Yeah.
know,
Essentially,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know. I
um.
don't know. Maybe they'll finally stop when this one hopefully doesn't make $1 billion. I
I
don't know.
I absolutely love Toy Story, and especially that first one, and the third one is amazing.
Hmm.
Um, as far as this movie is concerned, y'all can honestly keep it, bro. Like, it's not that I'm thinking that this movie is going to be horrible. It's just not needed whatsoever. As far as the ending of Toy Story 4, I've like pretty much recently came to grips with that being the ending. Now that they announced that Toy Story 5 is happening, we gotta do something with these characters that have been around forever. People have so much nostalgia for them. um we're so nostalgia blind sometimes in the world, where it's just like it eliminates anything new, any creativity, anything like that. So we just keep recycling these same characters, and we talk about it all the time on Nerd Talk. We talk about it with horror remakes, reboots, rebookwables, sequels, legacy sequels, like that. We talk about it all the time. So I'm not gonna get too much into it anymore, but it's just like feels really recycled as far as bringing these characters back. Am I gonna see it? Probably, but am I excited for it? No. Drop it on Disney Plus. I'll be cool.
Yeah, I would rather take something like, I know it's a sequel, but I would rather take something like Inside Out 2 that took, as long as it did to come out. And sure, it has familiar elements of the first Inside Out, but it felt like a not a needed sequel, but it felt like something that was genuine. It felt like, yeah, this is a genuine place to go. I feel like by this point, we're just like, oh man, what can we do? Oh man, we haven't done electronics yet.
Hmm.
Like they said, like one of the villains of the movie is gonna be like a bunch of Buzz Lightyears stuck in like play mode or something. We've done that before. Toy Story 2. That is something you can only do once and make funny. That's the best part of that movie is Buzz acting dumb. You know, I don't know, man. It just feels so tired. That's definitely the word, tired. You
I
know.
agree. I agree.
All right. The last thing I wanted to talk about was this thing because I feel like this was kind of major. And then I'll put the Disney trailer next, just so we can rope that in. So, it was announced a while ago that we were gonna get a Frozen 3, and they said that a fourth one might be in the works. They definitely confirmed that we're getting Frozen 3 and a fourth one. And this is quoted, I forgot who said it, but it's quoted. They said the story that is being told must be told over two different movies. And the answers to the questions from Frozen 2 must be answered in two different movies. I don't know what those questions were. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen Frozen 2 once. I actually really liked Frozen 2. But I can't think of anything to where I was like, hmm, what questions are unanswered right now? I can't think of really any. You know, um, do I think a third one is necessary? No. Do I think four are necessary? No. I would have been fine if they were like, yeah, we're gonna make a third one to like wrap everything up. You know,
And then here
does
comes the live action remake after that.
oh absolutely, absolutely. Um, do, does this really like anger me? No, it's just kind of the same thing with Toy Story. It's like it just feels so unnecessary and tired. The reason
Mhm.
I'm excited for Incredibles is like the first two were so good, and you can do so much with the Incredibles. Um, Frozen. How much can we really do? Are
Yeah,
we
you're
gonna
kind of
put
limited there.
Are we gonna put Elsa in another dilemma again? It's like you can only stretch that woman out so much to the point where I don't care. Like, yeah, Frozen 2, that was Elsa's movie and she killed it. But it's like, come on. Like what is actually is Anna gonna get powers? Like is she gonna get fire powers and like there's a conflict now because fire and ice? I don't know. Like like I don't know. They did release this concept art that I want to show, which is very interesting. It's very interesting concept art to say the least. So, you see them, and Kevin made the joke that like, oh, they're going to heaven now because that's what it looks like. But like they're going to this castle here, and you see this like ominous figure. It looks like the devil. It's like, what are we doing? Like, I don't really understand what that's about.
Right.
I will say it warms my heart to see like hand drawn things from coming out of Disney again. Too bad the movies can't be that. You know, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? So we can move on.
I don't have many thoughts about this. I do like the second Frozen even more than the first Frozen. I don't really care for the first Frozen movie at all.
Neither do
But
I.
I just this I don't really have very many thoughts. Like if I hope it's good. I hope it's good. The second one didn't really have a villain, so like having a villain in this new one will be kind of interesting to see. We haven't had a villain since the first movie. Um, but overall, like I hope the songs are good. Hopefully they're not annoying. Um, but yeah, that's really all I have for this one. I'm not really looking forward to it. I'm not really, mad at it. It's just there.
All right. Those were, like I said, those were the pretty big things that came out of D23. They did talk about some Pixar things here and there. They did reveal a show. They didn't really reveal the show because they've been talking about that for years. But
It's
they
like an
showed some
Inside
things
Out.
from that.
It's like an
That
Inside Out spinoff.
and also the baseball show, the win, lose,
Oh.
or draw thing.
Hmm.
Um, in terms of Marvel, there really wasn't anything because Comic Con was last week. I saw some things. I won't talk about them because they were all leaked, but I did see all the trailers. Um, without saying too much, Daredevil, fire. But that was pretty much it. And then the next thing we are gonna talk about was like one of the big things. We're not talking about the Mufasa trailer. That trailer was like looking at a brick wall for 2.5 minutes. Did absolutely nothing for me.
Well, you did
So
say they tended to emote a little bit more in this trailer, right?
that was really like the only thing that kind of stuck out to me. But even then, it kind of looked really bad at points. So I was kind of just like, okay, E for effort, I guess.
What I did
Oh,
see of that trailer, it looked kind of gray and dull. It didn't really look vibrant. I don't know
mhm.
what that's about, but we can move on. We can move on.
All right. Moving on to the Disney trailer. So this is one of two trailers to come out of D23. The other one is a Star Wars trailer. We'll talk about in a second. So the Snow White, only Snow White. We can't call it and the Seven Dwarfs. Snow White. We'll talk about
Even though
that.
there are 7 dwarves there.
Are they? We'll talk about that in a second. So, Snow White, directed by Mark Webb, director of 500 Days of Summer. Still have not seen it. I want to because I heard it's really good. And the Amazing Spider-Man movies. And so, this is starring Rachel Ziegler as Snow White, Gal Gadot as the Evil Queen, and I forgot who's playing the prince. So this movie has kind of been in the toilet since even before the trailer came out because Rachel Ziegler decided to run her mouth. Uh, I honestly forgot it even happened, and then watching Sean Chandler's reaction, I was like, oh yeah, that did happen. She said some very odd things about this movie to where everyone was like, do you actually want to make this movie or do you want to just crap all over the original? So we got this trailer, which this is the one that everyone's like, yeah, we're probably gonna get the trailer for this. I'm kind of indifferent about it. Do I think the movie looks bad? No. I think visually, minus one major glaring issue, it looks great. There's a couple of really nice shots in here. There's a shot where she like falls into the woods. It's lit beautifully, you know. Um, the costumes and the sets are amazing. I love the Snow White costume and the Evil Queen get up. It looks great, you
Hmm.
know. I think we're into the bad now. Um, Gal Gadot as the Evil Queen. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Mm.
I'm sorry. She said two lines in that trailer. I said nope. Absolutely not. Uh, it looks like someone who is trying so hard in the wrong way. I was just like, mm, mm. And then we have the dilemma of the CGI dwarves. So, for those who don't know, they were going to remake this movie properly, and then Peter Dinklage decided to come out and say, in a nutshell, that it's not really appropriate to view little people as dwarves. It now, I understand it from I understand it. We'll just leave it at that. I understand where he's coming from, but that is what the story is. But Peter Dinklage has to be Peter Dinklage. Okay. So Disney's big bold idea was to fully CGI 7 human beings, and that's our dwarves for this movie. Okay. So we get glimpses of, and they did that shit on purpose. You get glimpses of them in the trailer, and you still see how bizarre it looks. This is the only thing I'll talk about in terms of things that were not released. I've seen clips that they released at D23. It's a musical sequence of them in a room singing. I swear on everything holy, this looks like the Polar Express in the
It
worst
does.
way imaginably possible.
It
I
does.
don't know what on earth they were thinking by saying, yeah, we're going to CGI. What I'm fine with them not being dwarves and them being magical creatures. I still don't know what that means. Why couldn't you just get them the humans? Just don't call them dwarves. How hard was that? No, but instead you're going to fully CGI them. So essentially, Rachel Ziegler is dancing in a blue screen room around nothing. What? What? It doesn't look good. And imagine they're gonna put this movie in IMAX because they put all the big stuff in IMAX.
You get to
Imagine
see our
how,
CGI in
yeah,
IMAX.
like this is gonna look so bizarre. And you know, it's just it's an odd decision. I don't agree with it. I thought it was the worst possible decision they could have made. I just think they should have just gotten people with dwarvism and just had them be in the movie and just don't call them magical creatures. It's a simple fix. But now we have her dancing around fully CGI faced things. They're not even humans, they're things. I don't it killed the whole thing for me. It killed the whole thing. You know, they hit it a little bit in the trailer, but what they weren't counting on was people releasing, and that's on them too. They shouldn't have released that clip at D23. They should, if they really wanted to hide this, they should have waited. I think it killed a lot of interest for this movie, and I really kind of don't want to see it because it's just really dumb to me that they did that. And this could have been great. They're remaking the first ever Disney animated movie. They should have put so much care into this, and it doesn't really look like they did. If that's what they wanted to do, what are your thoughts on the trailer?
So I had never seen the original Snow White film, so I didn't have a lot of things to compare it to. I know some of the beats that it hits. I know about the evil queen, how she was old at first and then she became beautiful, and I know how Snow White falls asleep and all that. Um, but I, I like I said, I don't have much to go on. So watching this trailer, I was feeling. I was looking at the aspects that were technical. I was looking at like the lighting and the color palette, which is beautiful. The lighting, color palette, the cinematography looks great. It's so CGI heavy though. The
It
entire,
is.
not just talking about the dwarves or the magical creatures, talking about like even the scenery, even the animals. There's a lot of animals. I know she interacts with a lot of animals.
The deer.
The deer, it's all like CGI, and it like kind of takes me out of it. Like it's just like she's not really there, even though I know, with a lot of these live action films, a lot of it is effects and stuff like that, but this one really felt like manufactured. It didn't feel like natural hardly at all.
Yeah.
Even with the lighting and stuff, even though a lot of lighting was beautiful, a lot of great shots, it felt so manufactured to where it kind of took me out of it. um I did like, there was one shot with the dwarves when they were walking across the bridge
The
and you could
silhouette.
kind of see their silhouette. I
That's straight
really
out of the
liked.
original.
Oh, is it okay? I
Yeah.
I really liked that. And then Tyler the other day brought to my attention that they might not be speaking in this movie because they have not cast
Um,
any.
So I want to
Are they?
confirm this. They didn't like announce any casting, but I saw
Okay.
the full clip of what I
Uh-huh.
sent you from D23. They are singing in
They're
that
singing.
uh
Okay.
thing.
Well, I I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna be speaking throughout the movie. I hope that they do. But I don't know. By the end of this trailer, I kind of didn't feel a lot, especially because I hadn't seen the original. Now, folks that have seen the original are probably have a lot of feelings, either feelings of disappointment or oh, these shots look good. They might be able to do something with this. But for me, it just wasn't a lot. I didn't really feel a lot, but technically, some of these things did look good. Um, Something that might surprise you, I kind of like Gal Gadot in the trailer. I kind of liked her. Like the little line that she said. Like I think she said "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the
Yeah.
fairest of them all" or something like that. I kind of liked it. It gave me Maleficent vibes a little bit. But y'all know how I feel about Gal Gadot. I don't think she's a very good actress. I think she gets by with a lot of her beauty and just not like that talented as an actress. So I don't know how the end result is gonna be, but I didn't hate the evil queen in this trailer. But those are my basic thoughts on the trailer. I didn't feel a whole lot, but am I gonna see it? I don't know. Who knows?
Right. If you guys have seen the Snow White teaser trailer and you guys have any thoughts, please let us know down below how you felt about it. Are you excited or do you think this is going to be another Disney live action remake? Moving on to the next trailer to come out of D23, it is the trailer for the Skeleton Crew. So this is a Star Wars show directed by John Watts, the director of the Spider-Man trilogy. And essentially, this show was pitched as Goonies and Stranger Things meets Star Wars, and it's going to be more kid centric, and Jude Law's in it. That's pretty much all I knew
Mhm.
about it. So, watching this trailer, a couple of things stood out to me. I think that the show looks fun. It looks fun. If you're pitching me a show on the idea of Star Wars meets Goonies, I'm there. That is a match made in heaven to me. Watching this trailer, it kind of just spoke to me as this is the most harmless thing we can do related to Star Wars. Now, obviously, they made this show before the Acolyte came out and everyone hated it. So it's kind of coincidental that this show is coming out after the Acolyte, but this is just how the dominoes fell, if you will. That I feel like this is such a harmless project that people are more than likely going to be like, yeah, that was okay because it's just a kids show. When I say kids show, I mean like not like Disney Junior, more like teenagers. It's made for a lower demographic, basically.
Mhm.
It's something
Younger
not
age.
meant to be taken that seriously. It's
Mhm.
something that we can just sit back and enjoy the ride. And that's something. It kind of reminds me of the Han Solo movie. That's how I feel about that movie. I feel like a lot of people took that movie way too seriously and failed to realize that movie it's just a fun heist movie, and that's why I really like the Han Solo movie. And that's kind of what the show looks like. It looks like kids just running around and they have to discover things. I kind of don't mind that at this point. If it means that I don't have to come on here and say that another Star Wars thing sucks, I don't care. I don't care. If it's harmless, if it's innocent, if it's just a show that's just a bunch of nonsense, but fun nonsense with Drew Law having fun, I'm okay with that. You know, I'm okay with not taking Star Wars like as serious. Now, is this what Star Wars needs? Absolutely not. We need to get back to Force Awakens and OG trilogy stuff like that. But honestly, with how it's been, I will take what I can get at this point. And this is the epitome of I can take what I can get. The show does not look bad. The show looks fun. Like I said, it looks like a good show. I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, it looks like it's a whatever thing. But I'm not mad that this is what we're getting. That's just me. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, this is what we're doing now." I'm personally fine with this for what it is. The show could be ass. It could be ass. And if it's bad after the first two episodes, I might just stop entirely because this show does not matter. But if it's good, it's good. That's just how it is. What are your thoughts on the trailer?
So after the acolyte, I I didn't absolutely hate the acolyte. Just forewarning, I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was good, but I didn't think it was the worst thing that I've ever seen. Um, but it kind of put a sour taste in my mouth for like Star Wars shows and things coming up. So I'm just kind of like, another Star Wars show. And when I found out that it was like basically, kids starring in it, I was like, that's interesting. We never really done that in Star Wars. So maybe this could be something interesting. Then I actually watched the trailer and it looks very fun as far as like you said, like the Goonies feel, Stranger Things type, like seeing these kid protagonists, and they're on this adventure, on this journey. It could be fun. What I want from this show is it to be entertaining and not really slow, really boring. That's one thing that I don't want from this show. Something else that I want from this show is good child acting, because we didn't get that with the acolyte at all. That was just really, really bad. So I hope none of this acting is reminiscent of the acolyte. Um, Other than that, just have a fun time. Doesn't need to be a long season at all. Like, give us like 6 to 8 episodes, maybe 30, maybe 40 minutes. Um, and just have fun with it. Don't mess with the lore. Don't mess with the lore of Star Wars. Don't retcon stuff. Don't, mess with that. But if you give me a good product, something that's fun, entertaining for a few weeks, I'm down with it, especially with this concept dealing with kids as the protagonist. I'm down with that. Um, but yeah, like those are my basic thoughts on Skeleton Crew. I I hope that it's decent. If it's not a whole lot of skin off my back. Like you said, it doesn't really matter in the end. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be a lot of connective tissue throughout the films and shows and things like that. So, just have fun with it. And it could be cool.
Reading the comments.
Mm.
Um, if you guys have seen the trailer for Skeleton Crew and have the same thoughts as we do, or think it's just going to be a nothing show, let us know down below. Moving on to the final trailer of the evening, it is the second trailer for Craven the Hunter. So I feel like it's been a literal eternity since we got that first trailer. I feel like
Mhm.
it was when The Flash came out last year that we got the
Mhm.
trailer. Because I remember going off on that stream about that trailer. Um, and they delayed it because of the strikes, but also it came out yesterday that they delayed it because they wanted to do some things after the reception of Madam Web, that they wanted to tweak some things so that way it could hopefully be viewed in the light of the Venom movies. That's a literal quote from Sony, by the way. I'm not making that up. Anyway, if that's your bar, woof. Anyway, I'm not excited for this movie at all. I thought the first trailer was honestly one of the worst trailers I've ever seen in my life. I thought it was cut so sloppily and just was like, what is this? Like, um this universe is honestly atrocious. The first Venom movie is okay. Let There Be Carnage is awful. Morbius is the biggest joke given to mankind. And Madam Web was so bad it made me physically ill the day after I saw it. I'm not even joking, by the way. I saw Madam Web, and
I know.
the next day, I had a stomach virus to Kingdom Come, and I was put out of commission. That's how bad Madam Web
I,
was.
I remember. I
So
remember.
just keep that in mind. This is where I'm coming from with this universe at this point. Let there be carnage sucked. I didn't know if I said let there be carnage sucked, but this idea of this universe is just so asininely ridiculous. So I was not excited for a Craven movie. I didn't really think Aaron Taylor Johnson made sense to play him, to be honest. But we got this second trailer. Sony dropped it at 3 a.m. Thanks, Sony. They dropped it when everyone was asleep. Oh boy, I was so thrilled when I woke up to that trailer this morning. Um, I'm gonna be honest. Hand over heart. That trailer wasn't bad. I'm gonna be honest. Trailer was not bad. Do I think this movie's gonna be good? No, because Morbius had pretty decent trailers. So I will not be fooled, Sony. I will not be fooled. But do I think this movie's gonna be horrible? No, because and this still kind of pisses me off. I hate how this movie's rated R and the Venom movies are not. That really irritates me. I think the Venom movie is more tailor made for rated R than Craven. But um the fact that this movie's rated R, first of all, the action is well shot. It's not, choppy, it's wides, and there's some cool camera movements in there. I was like, okay. The violence doesn't look really goofy. It looks natural, you know. Um the idea of this movie where Craven is like, he's the hunter and he picks off people, that's a cool thing, you know. Is that going to be the whole movie? Probably not. I wish it would be the whole movie. That could be cool. If it was just Craven picking down targets, would it be redundant? Sure, but I'll take redundant and entertaining over what we've been getting from this universe.
Especially if he like finds different ways to take people out.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
which from what we've seen in the trailer, he looks like he does. You
Hmm.
know, Aaron Taylor Johnson looks fine as Craven. He doesn't look like he's gonna annoy me, but he doesn't look like he's gonna wow. Especially since we got Spider-Man 2 Craven, and Spider-Man 2 Craven was god, like just god tier, you know.
So good.
Um, the Rhino. I don't really know. I don't really understand why the Rhino is in this movie. I don't see the point of that. I saw a rumor today. I don't know if it's true that apparently the reshoots were to add the Rhino into this movie. And so in the first teaser, you see like the arm tingle. He's like, "Oh, you'll find out why they call me the Rhino." Apparently, from what I heard, that was the end of the movie. Like that was the end. Apparently, I don't know if it was post credit scene, whatever.
So it was
And
supposed to like
lead
continue
into
in the
another, yeah,
next.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
maybe they were still trying to do the Sinister Six thing. I don't know.
Hmm.
And the reshoots apparently added the Rhino in there to, I guess, for a third act fight. And it kind of feels like that because the whole movie, from the trailer, the movie is like this. I, I guess thriller. It's not really a thriller, but it's like him just taking out these guys,
Hmm.
and then we're gonna go from him taking out people on a hit list to him fighting a CGI rhino. The things don't. It kind of sounds like the Wolverine, to be honest,
Mm.
where it goes from like this not really grounded thing, but it's more down to earth. And then we
Mhm.
go from this grounded story to him fighting a CGI robot. That's kind of what it feels like, you
Mhm.
know. So I hope that's not the case. I hope that's, in the movie it feels more natural, but that's kind of the vibe I got from the trailer, but it was a solid trailer. Solid trailer. It kind of reeled me in a little bit. I was like, okay. I am a little on board for this. Do I think it's going to be good? No. Do I think it's going to be the best of these movies we've gotten since the first Venom? It could be. It very well could be. But
Mhm.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on the trailer?
So when the first trailer came out for this, I actually was one of the people that didn't hate it. I didn't think it was great, but I was like, this could be something. I'm gonna let them cook. And then I got massacred online. And that happens to me from time to time. But that's okay. So when this trailer came out, I was like, okay, this I'm not 100% mad about this movie. Let's just see what this is about. The trailer was it was well made. I felt like like you said, it's not a whole lot of cuts. I feel like they captured the cinematography well. They captured the action pretty well. There were some parts where I feel like they felt like they had to censor it a bit, where this specific part where he grabs a bear trap and like smashes it on somebody's head, and there's a cut there, and it like goes to black for a second, and then he like gets another person and does something to them, and it goes to black again. And it was kind of peculiar the way that was edited, but I felt like it might have been like edited out some of the violence just so um like I guess it would be approved by it would
Yeah,
be able to be shown. I don't know. Yeah, but um this trailer gave me a lot of the same vibes as the Rebel Moon director's cut trailer, which is not like as far as the content, but it's like this movie's gonna be violent. You gotta watch it. It's gonna
yeah.
be violent. That's what it felt like when I was watching that trailer. I was like, okay, like y'all are honing in on the violence so much. Are y'all actually telling me what this movie is about to be about? And it kind of feels like a revenge story. It kind of feels like he's got a vendetta and he's just like kind of taking people out, which could it's a fun concept. Um, do I need like really deep substance from this movie? No, but I do feel like it should have a pretty strong plot. As far as all movies I feel like should have a pretty strong storyline. But this it feels like they're really pushing, oh, this is rated R, you gotta see it, it's gonna be great. And I'm like, we'll see. The violence isn't everything, not to me anyway. So the trailer looked fine. It just was like screaming violence, violence, violence. So I don't know, hopefully it's good. I'm still not mad about it. Um, Rhino, I've seen some memes today about Rhino. I just, I, I sometimes I hate when I see memes because like that's what I think about when I actually watch the trailer or the movie. So it kind of ruins the experience, but like in a funny way. But I seen some memes about the Rhino, and I don't know if it's gonna be any good, man. The way Rhino looks in the trailer, I'm very on the fence about. Hopefully, it looks better than what I'm seeing from the trailer. The little glimpses that we see from the trailer here and there.
No, but according to everybody else, the CGI robot was the worst thing to ever to Kingdom Come. Now, do you see why we had a robot rhino?
No, people. I've seen like things online today that people are like, "Oh yeah, since Amazing Spider-Man 2 did this, this movie is gonna do this, and it's the savior of Sony." And I'm like, "This is the savior of Sony." Okay. So
The rhino in pants is the savior of Sony.
right, got bitten right by a radioactive rhino. I don't, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But this trailer was fine. I liked it. I thought it was a well made trailer, but it was a little overbearing with the violence to me. Like, give us a good story. Give us a nice balance. That's all I'm saying. But those are my
Um,
thoughts.
if you guys have seen the Craven trailer, let us know down below. Did it get you more excited, or do you kind of feel the same way, as if like, oh, I don't really care. I would not blame you. Hand over heart. I would not blame you. Moving on to the next topic before our watch long, it is the season 2 finale of House of the Dragon. I'm gonna keep this really brief. One,
Same.
because we've been live for an hour and I want to start this movie already. Two, I don't care about this. Three, there's really nothing to talk about. So I'm just gonna say this flat out. This season was a mess. It was disappointing. The first 4 episodes were solid. After that, this thing took a nosedive into a pool of NyQuil if I've ever seen it, and I checked out. I was like, you bored me to tears for like 3 straight weeks. This fourth week, I don't really care. You could give me dragons. You could give me this, then this, that. I don't care. And what happened? Everyone's like, "Oh, but this is gonna be the big episode where they the things happen, right?" Yeah, I sat there for 70 minutes on my hands, watched the commercial for season 3. Thanks, HBO. Appreciate you. We really had 8 weeks of build up. 8 weeks of build up. For why? Oh, well, we needed the build up so we could get to season 3. No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
They're gonna say the same
Sorry.
thing about season 3 too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this was necessary for
We
season
needed
4.
two full seasons of build up. Oh
You
man.
you cannot sit there with a straight face and tell me that Damon being a Harrenhal for 7 weeks was necessary. I would have been fine with 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 2 episodes. I would have been fine. 7 weeks of this shit? 7? To accomplish what? Oh, he overcame his demons. 7 weeks? 7 weeks.
They stretched the 2-week arc to 7.
Like, oh my god. And it wasn't interesting. That's the thing. If it was interesting, I wouldn't be complaining. But it was not interesting to me at all. It was every time it cut back to it. Me and my mom just, oh my god, again. Like, and then the stuff with Rhaenyra, most of this season, this woman just sat on her hands, bro. Like, she had a couple good scenes with Allison, sure, but like, it was just so mind-boggling how season 1 ended, and she's acting this way in season 2. This season was Team Green season. I can't believe I'm saying that. It was Team Green season, but it was Team Green season. Everything they did with Team Green was fire. Aegon, Allison, Aemon. That was the most interesting part of the season. Kristen Cole, Allison's brother. That was the most interesting thing this season. And it's the thing nobody cared about. And I told Alex, I was like, maybe that was the point.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to give something to Team Black. You do. You every time it cut back to Team Black, other than her kids, I just was like, yo, this is so boring. It's so boring. There's a difference between slow and boring. I can take slow if it's interesting. I just did not care. It felt like at a point we were just building to nothing. This was just all buildup, but it felt like we built to nothing. And by the end of it, I was like, well, see you in 2 years.
2026.
Like that's what it just felt like. It ended and it was just like, okay. When I finished season 1, I wanted to run a lap around my house. I was like, yo, let's go. I can't wait. Bro, I was genuinely upset after I finished season 1 that I had to wait that long for season 2.
And it was like 3 weeks.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, they could come out and say that the show is canceled, and I'd be like, okay. I could fantasize how Rhaenyra got her revenge. I could fantasize in my head her getting on a dragon instead of King's Landing ablaze. And that's how she gets her revenge. And then squeeze in there her fate. But, No, like this season just sucked the fucking life out of me, bro. It really did. Like it became work. It became work to leave my room and go sit in the living room at 9 o'clock and watch this. It became work. I don't know. I don't know. It's a shame, but I don't know. They like
Yeah, yeah. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because every week I came on here defending this show, saying, "Oh, it's all gonna work out. Oh, it's just a slow burn." Giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. Damon's at Harrenhal for a reason, and it's all gonna work out. We got to this episode, bro. We got to this episode, and I said, "Oh, this is gonna be it. This is it."
I would have
This
gladly came out
episode
here to
was
a crow.
this episode wasn't bad as an episode. And it
Mm-mm.
took me to I watched this episode twice because I watched it on my own and then I watched it with Stacy. I watched it twice. The second time I could appreciate the episode more as an episode. And I told Tyler before this stream off screen, this felt like it could be a dope premiere episode of the season or of season 3. But this episode did not feel like a season finale whatsoever. There were some dope scenes here. I really personally enjoyed this scene with Coilus and his son, where Coilus' son is kind of telling him, "Bro, you haven't been a father to me. Like, get out of my face. You're not helping me." I really liked that scene, and I really liked the scene with Damon, his final vision in Harrenhal, and he kind of sees the future, and he sees Danny, and he sees the Night King, and all that. That was kind of dope to me. I liked it. And also the scene at the end with Alicent and Rhaenyra, and their plan. I guess that stuff was cool as a finale. It was not satisfying whatsoever. And it sucks because I was giving them the benefit of the doubt week after week after week. And I can fully admit some of these episodes were just slow. Like the majority of them were just kind of boring. But I was like, I had such high hopes that they were going to pay it off in the finale, and they just didn't. And they had the nerve to make it even longer than the other episodes. And I'm just like, we gotta wait 2 years for the next episode. Like, I'm not even hyped. Like, I should be hyped for this. I don't know. The end is them, walking off to war. Whatever. The
You're
end.
not getting me. You're not getting me again. You're not.
I
They
learned my
built that.
lesson.
Yeah, they built that ending like, yeah, this is the real war. No, you're not getting me again, bro. I'm walking into season 3 like this shit's gonna be boring. If they surprise me, they surprise me. But I'm not
Yeah,
falling for that again, bro.
yeah. I feel
They
that.
they
You've been burned. I feel it. I get it.
they ended season 1 like it was gonna be all out war,
Yep.
and
Yep. I feel like
they
Sir Stefan. I've been burned.
yeah
But yeah, I am looking forward to the Night of the Seven Realms. That's a spinoff show that's coming out next
yeah.
year. I am looking forward to that. Hopefully, that's not as slow as this season was, but I am looking forward to that. Pretty much anything Game of Thrones, I'm looking forward to it. It just sucks that this season was as slow as it was with little to no payoff. Um, but yeah, those are my thoughts on episode 8, season 2.
Alright. You guys have seen the season 2 finale of House of the Dragon. Let us know your thoughts. And also, if you guys want to hear our thoughts on the rest of the season, you can go back to the previous 6 or so weeks of Nerd Talk. We talked about each episode in length. So, yeah, if you want to just like stack those up and see my decline in enjoyment, you can go right ahead. Moving on to the final thing for tonight. It is, of course, the watch along for Aliens, James Cameron's original classic. So if you guys do not know the rules of the watch along, you grab your copy of Aliens. I have the 4K and the quadrilogy here. I believe it is streaming on Hulu and HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken,
Disney Plus.
and Disney Plus. If you have the Hulu little bundle they were going, we will be watching the theatrical cuts, not the director's cuts, because it is way too long. Um, So if you're streaming, go to timestamp zero, skip all the ads and all that. If you're watching the physical, go to chapter one. You know, all that fun stuff. Get past the FBI warnings and all that fun stuff, and wait for our countdown. Are you queued up, sir?
This is 2 hours and 17 minutes, right? The
Yes.
theatrical. Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, I am queued up. I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna go with three, two, one, play.
That 20th Century Fox, a classic. Now, are you watching your Blu-ray for the quadrilogy or the Blu-ray for? Oh no, you're
Both.
watching 4K.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I am watching the Blu-ray for the anniversary. Or is this anniversary? No, it's not. It's the 4K one though.
Hmm. So, do you recall when you saw Aliens for the first time? Because I definitely do.
I think it was pretty soon after I watched the first Alien, um, which was kind of later in life. I watched it, I think, when I was about 25.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, yeah, I was older, and it'll, with a lot of horror movies and movies like this, I didn't watch till I was an adult. So, um, but yeah, I remember, and I remember it being drastically different than the first one, which kind of stuck out to me. I was like, the first one is much more of a horror film, and
Hmm.
suspense. This one feels like action, even though it does have like little horror elements and stuff, but it does feel a lot more action packed and more of like a rescue mission type thing. Um, but I enjoyed both of them a lot, but I do enjoy the first one more.
Yeah. So, I watched this movie for the first time when I got this. I bought this. I want to say late 2016 or early 2017. That's when I got this, and I watched the original Alien for the first time, and I was like, "Yo, that was it changed my mind. It changed my life." And I was like, that is a god tier horror movie. And it remains. That's my I always say this. Scream is my favorite movie, like subjectively, like as a movie fan, that is my favorite movie of all time. But critically, I think Alien is the greatest movie ever made. Like just bar none. And then I watched this and I kind of had the same thoughts. I was like, oh wow, like it's not really horror, it's action, you know. And because of that, I didn't love it. I was kind of just like, yeah, I like the other one more, but this is pretty good, you know. And it actually took me a couple watches to actually really like this movie as much as I do now, you know. I've seen it a lot since. I think I even did a Alien review series on my channel not too long. Not too long ago, but it was I think like 2020. I know I did the first two. I don't remember if I did three in Resurrection, but I was going through these and I watched Aliens and I was like, yeah, it was cool. This is no joke. I watched the first 10 minutes of Alien 3 and I turned it off.
There's a reason for that.
Yes,
Something happens,
I
and I'm
was
just
pissed.
like,
I said,
now the rest
what?
the rest of the Alien movies I didn't watch until like last year.
Yeah. I think I had waited like a year or so after Aliens to finish like three and four. Um, which, funnily enough, I didn't like Alien 3 but I liked Resurrection. And then upon rewatches, I like Alien 3. It's not great, but I do like it. And then Alien Resurrection, I hate. So that's kind of, and I love aliens now. So that's
So
kind of
what
funny
was
how
I
that worked out.
thinking? I always felt like the beginning of this movie, like the first 45 minutes to an hour of this movie, is pretty slow.
It is.
But once we get like an hour in, the payoff is unbelievable. It's
That
amazing.
that opening scene, well, not opening scene, but that initial scene with the xenomorphs is just like god tier.
Business. Love it. Mhm. Got the cat.
Yo, that cat, bro.
The first movie.
What's the name of that damn cat?
What's the cat's name?
Oh my
Let's
god,
see.
Jonesy.
Mm,
The scene in the original where she has like the cat, it's in the control center or whatever, and she
hmm
goes and the cat and runs. She's like, no, and she has to, uh, and that cat gets one of the characters killed.
Yep, surely does. Ripley, one of the best horror protagonists ever. Orange cat. Hyper sleep. I
Gonna
feel
say
like we
this.
just watched this movie not too long ago, didn't we?
We did, yeah, when the 4K came out, and I
Mm,
just watched this movie not too long ago too, because
mm.
somebody asked me to watch it, and I was like, it's Alien,
It's
you
aliens.
know.
Let's do it. What the
um,
heck? I'm in.
gonna say this right now at the beginning of the stream. This 4K is phenomenal.
4K is great. It is great. Do you have
Oh, it
the
looks like
slipcover
AI.
and do you have the slipcover and a
Oh,
protector?
absolutely. You know I got this baby in the
That's what's
slipcover.
up. That's what's up.
Oh,
Oh,
what it feels like to chew five gum.
stimulate your senses. No.
Oh shoot! Do I not have my captions on? Oh,
Oh.
that is literally
Oh.
horrible.
Mm.
That is one of the single worst things that could happen to anybody. That's probably the worst thing that could happen to you. That's not in a Saw or Hellraiser movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Anything else? Don't throw no slashes at me. What about Friday the 13th? No, I would
No.
rather get folded like in Freddy versus Jason. I would rather get folded like that dude gets than have the xenomorph pop out of my chest. Because at least when I get folded like that, the death is kind of instant, bro. That is actually horrible.
Roaming around in your body. It's
Ugh.
ugh. Like the trailer for Romulus, you could see like they had the light where they could see it. Oh,
I feel like they made the face huggers way more terrifying by showing like the tentacles go in their mouth and
yes,
shit. We've
yes.
never seen that.
We
That's
never, yep, never seen
that's
it.
nasty. So one of the plot holes that people kind of point out about this movie is that Ripley magically becomes a lieutenant in this movie, but she wasn't that an alien at all. She was just like
Mm-hmm,
a regular person.
mm-hmm,
Like I don't know. I guess that was their way of making her the main character. Like yeah, we'll give her a title.
yeah. I mean, essentially, she was the main character in the first one, but like there were a lot more. The crew were a lot more. It had a lot more shine than this crew does
Hmm.
compared to her. Yeah, they make her like in charge in this film, basically. I mean, she's always been a strong character, so I feel like she kind of like.
Until Resurrection.
Well, that wasn't her.
Yeah, you're right. 'Cause even in Alien 3, she's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like she has a strong personality, strong, leadership. So she kind of like slipped into that role pretty easy. Nobody really questioned it.
God damn it, that's not all.
Some good acting right there.
Yeah, man, her and Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2. She's really good in the first one, but Terminator 2, Linda
Oh yeah, she
Hamilton
she she kicks it up like several notches. Terminator 2.
that scene where they're trying to convince her that all this is like made up, and she tells them about Judgment Day. It's like yo,
Hmm. Hmm.
some good stuff.
I love it.
I haven't watched Terminator 2 in a while.
Yeah, that movie is very long. It's good. It's long. It's kind of like this movie. It's
Yeah,
good. It's good, but it's long.
yeah, because
Okay.
before this 4K came out, I can't even tell you the last time I watched Aliens.
I watched it like a year before this 4K came out, and on the rewatch is when I really like realized that the beginning of this movie is as slow as it is. Like, because the first time I watched the movie, I felt like I was like really focused on like the overarching story and like where it left off from the first movie, and I was focusing on that, and I didn't really realize how slow that the first hour was, but it is. And but the rest of the movie is really good. And even the first part, I'm not gonna say the first part isn't good. I'm just gonna say it's slower. Have we done a alien watch along on this channel? No, not yet.
I mean, this would have been the year to do it because the anniversary just passed, the 50th.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll find the time to do it when the next Alien movie comes out.
Yeah, because I'm assuming this movie's gonna make money.
$18.5 million. This movie had a budget of $18.5 million, and in its theatrical run, it made 183.3 million.
$18 million for this movie.
18.5 million. Yep.
Wow, that's kind of nuts. That's kind of crazy, to be honest.
It is.
Hmm.
Yeah, 1986 wasn't really a big year for like horror or action. Doesn't look like. No, we got Platoon, which is kind of action. War.
So I guess the big three that was kind of dying down by then.
Yeah.
Because which ones came out that year? I'm assuming one of them had to have a movie that year.
All I'm seeing is the aliens. Here, let's see. It looked like they just skipped right over Friday 13th for 86. Friday 13th had 85 for a new beginning. And then the next one is New Blood, right?
After which one?
A New Beginning.
Jason Lives.
Ah,
Yeah, Jason Lives was 86.
okay. Be right back.
You ever been mistaken for a man? No, have you? I love the crew in this movie. It's such a good crew. Bro, how many people in school did this with the knife, man? It's crazy. We used to do it in school. I bet none of us knew that it was from this movie.
Oh! Wasn't funny, man.
Michael Bean, the hero of the 80s.
He's an android.
He said, "Oh, I must have forgot. Silly me."
They didn't have to deal with what she dealt with.
Kind of look like Willem Dafoe. But what did the robot do?
Just because you had a bad experience with one bad robot doesn't mean we're all bad. Sound
The
like
sergeant
ADR.
in this movie is amazing. Love him so much. He's so over the top. Where they are. Oh!
Cut the tape. You can't say that.
Yo, you definitely can't say that. That's bad. You secure that shit, Hudson. The best part comes after this. You are the man, and you know the drill. Assholes and elbows. Hudson, come here. Come here. You know the drill. Assholes and elbows.
Yeah, they skipped Nightmare on Elm Street skipped 86 as well. They went straight from 85 with Elm Street 2 and then 87 to Dream Warriors.
Well, I feel like the thing with that is, I feel like they were trying to be fair and give one franchise a movie, like, as it went.
Hmm.
I feel like having two of those in the same year is kind of overkill. I mean, it's cool for horror fans, but I feel like, it works better as like one year we get this movie.
Hmm. We got Fright Night a year before this, 85. Mhm. Look like that Tesla.
Oh, these idiots had no idea what they were walking into.
Said, let's go. Let's pack it up. Let's go. Dude's ADR sounds really bizarre. Score is kind of interesting right here. Get some drums, some drum line. Corny. This movie is shot very well as well. I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
what helps the 4K look so good. But movie is shot very well, especially for a movie in the 80s.
and it was a risk taking it from the widescreen. I always forget the aspect ratios, but he filmed this movie in a different aspect ratio than Ridley Scott did. But the thing is, this is an action movie. Most action movies are filmed in this aspect ratio, so it's one of those like, yeah, it kind of goes with the genre. Then again, he filmed Terminator 2 in the aspect ratio that Alien is filmed in, so I don't know. Which is funny because the first Terminator is filmed in this aspect ratio. That's funny.
Everybody on one, looking good. Why you talk like that?
He's
All
so goofy.
right, get up.
I think there's like the one black dude in the whole movie, and he's acting like this.
Was on purpose. James Cameron, what are you doing, bro? Make him so over the top. It's like in Rocky 2. Oh no, that's 3 with Mr. T.
I pity the
it's
fool. I pity the fool.
like, do you know any other lines, bro?
Come on, chump. I'll take you in. Oh no, that's Carl Weathers. But
Carl Weathers in 2, right?
yeah, come
Hmm.
on, chump. I'll take you anywhere, chump.
Let's see, it's pretty decent. Open sesame. I like that shot inside when it opens. Going in.
This movie looks so good. I love it.
I love how quiet it is in this scene where it's just like builds anticipation. No music in the background. Kind of hear him breathing, kind of hear the water dripping. Mm, half eaten donut. So it's one of the worst ones too. It's
He
a
took one
plain.
bite. Said, "Nope."
It's a plain donut. No wonder why it was only
The
one
xenomorph
bite.
put him out of the misery.
If it wouldn't be the xenomorph, it would be them choking on how dry it is.
Xenomorph did him a personal favor.
I need some glaze. I need some glaze. Ha!
The only one of those donuts that I like the chocolate one, and the Dunkin' has like the blueberry ones that.
I like them, but I feel like they gotta be glazed.
Yeah,
I feel like they gotta have some glaze on it. How you feel about powdered donuts?
I feel like it's too much.
Yeah.
Take a bite out of it. It's like,
Do you see the
yes,
dust flying out?
bro, it's too much.
For sure.
Like the munchkins, I could do the munchkins, but like the whole
Yeah.
donut.
Yeah.
And then I've had like powdered donuts and it's stuffed with cream. It's like, oh,
Mm.
they put me in cardiac arrest, bro. Like, depending on how the morning goes tomorrow, I might actually just go Blu-ray hunting before the movies tomorrow. To be honest,
What time is your
I'm
movie again?
7. I might
Oh,
go to Academy Records.
late. Mhm.
I like Academy Records, man. It's a small place, but I feel like I'm not getting robbed. You know,
Yeah, you gotta take me there next time I'm in New York.
it's hot in there though. It's hot.
You don't have no AC. I gotta check out your IMAX too.
Absolutely. You just got to go there for the right movie.
All right.
I told John the same thing. It's like, yo, make sure if you come down here, it's for the right movie. I mean, to be honest, like, if it was for like an MCU movie, that I wouldn't mind that. But like, I see pretty much everything in IMAX. Like, I just do
Mhm.
because it's just how I avoid annoying people. You know, because not everybody pays for IMAX or can pay for IMAX.
Mhm.
Um, So I feel like I've been around the block when it comes to like what I think is a good IMAX movie and not, you know.
Mhm. Looks like love at first sight to me, bro.
Like I saw Halloween Ends in IMAX, and really the only thing that I can say I loved about it was hearing that theme in IMAX. Like that was awesome, but like I didn't need to see that movie in IMAX. I
You have
mainly
something I
wanted
need.
to, yeah, I mainly wanted to because
See
they
that
had said
outside.
Halloween Kills was gonna be in IMAX, and I think they didn't do that because of Dune. So,
Mm.
which is kind of crazy that I saw Halloween Kills in the theater, but not Dune when
You
it
seen
came out.
Halloween ends in the theater and not Dune.
No, well, I did. I did eventually see it in the theater, so that's all
You
that
did.
mattered.
You did. Can't stay mad at you. Startled me. You still ain't found Newt yet. Ow! Ow!
Yes, let's send the woman in that has no guns.
There she
So
is. Ah! She got me.
Find it a little bit unbelievable how Newt was able to survive, especially when you see how. I mean, I guess the xenomorphs they weren't really in that place like that because like the place is still kind of intact, and she had that little space.
Right.
I don't know because it's like she has to go out. It's like you mean to tell me she never ran into any xenomorphs at all?
That's a question.
And then if a xenomorph goes through there, acid goes through the thing, it's a wrap. That to me is what makes xenomorph like god tier horror creatures. Like there's really no winning against that thing unless you blow it out of the airlock. It's like yeah, you shoot it, all right, but then there comes the acid. If you're not out of the way of that thing, it is over.
Yo, you're getting pulverized. It's okay, baby girl. I got you. Rebecca, answer me.
Just shaking her. You have what I need. Give me the answers.
Give her some time, man. Traumatized.
This woman is living. Bro, this woman is giving her hot chocolate while she's on a planet surrounded by aliens, bro.
What she needed is some water.
Let's process that one, bro.
How she heat up the hot chocolate? They got a microwave in there.
It's like in the, it's like they go in the forest in the middle of the Predator movie. Hey, let's have some s'mores. Why not? Didn't they say they're doing like two more Predator movies? They're doing a sequel to Prey, and then I think they said they want to do another Predator movie.
I heard that they wanted to do a sequel to Prey. I didn't hear the other part.
Hope
It's
it's
the
not
actress who
boring.
plays. It's the actress who plays new.
It really breaks my heart that I think that Prey is like insanely mid.
That sucks.
I was beyond the word excited for that movie.
This is the only movie that this girl has been in ever. Nobody calls me Rebecca except my brother. Wow,
It's kind of like Edward Furlong, but Edward Furlong was in a couple more things.
he was. Was in American History X.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was in the Green Hornet too. Did not realize that.
What? that.
I did not know that. So random.
I seen that movie in the theater.
Same here.
Funnily enough, as a kid, I was so excited to see that movie in the theater. I had no idea what it was about.
All I knew it was Seth Rogen was a superhero.
Yeah, didn't he lose like a lot of weight for that movie?
I think so. Yeah. Movie turned out to be very mid.
The Green Hornet in 3D.
Oh yeah, I remember that the whole 3D bit. I was working at the movie theater at that time.
Drop your linen. I found him. Yeah, so the original Green Hornet had Bruce Lee in it.
Mm-hmm. And that was a TV show, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they made it a movie. He
This
played
looks
Tato.
just like this looks just like Adam West Batman. That's what that show looks like. To be honest.
No, my mom used to watch that growing up.
My dad
I told,
probably knows what that is.
when I told her that they were making a new Green Hornet, she was like, "What? New Green Hornet?" I said, "Yeah, you gotta watch it." It's like, "Nah, I stick with the old school."
What am I going to say you, bro? My friends are horrible. What's the image, bro? Oh, all right. Finally.
Sheesh, that sucks. I've been there. It's a Cleveland area code 216.
Practical sets. Practical sets, bro. You notice how all this looks real? Because they're not standing around a bunch of blue screen? Like, damn.
Yep. That's how movies are supposed to be made practically.
Is it more expensive? Maybe, but
It is. Does it
it's
take
not.
more time? Yes.
I actually don't know how expensive it would have been if this movie only had a budget of 18 million. That don't sound real to me, bro. Like, if that's what it is, fine, but that don't sound real to me. This movie looked like it was made for like $100 million. And that's kind of crazy to think about now. $100 million in gross, that's like a flop. That's kind of crazy for like a non-horror movie.
Yeah. Google says 18.5 million.
Any horror movie makes $100 million. They're greenlighting 5 sequels.
Alien 3 had a budget of 50 million.
So what was the budget of the first one? 10?
11.
That was close.
Mm-hmm.
What was
Resurrection
I'm
had
assuming?
70 million.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't know where the money went because the CGI.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like
Definitely not the
they
writing team.
they went like bolder.
Yeah.
That's well bigger, not bolder in a good way. Yeah, Prometheus and Covenant must have had insane budgets because those movies look amazing visually, and the CGI is really good in those movies.
Covenant was 100 million.
What did it gross?
Gross 240. So doubled and more.
Wow, that's low for an alien movie. That's kind of low. What did Prometheus make?
Let's see. Prometheus. Prometheus grossed 403 million
That makes
on
sense.
on a budget of 130 million.
Yeah, that makes sense because when they marketed Prometheus as a new alien movie,
It did
and
very well. Box office.
everyone fell into that hype.
People
That
really
was
enjoyed
on
that
them,
movie though.
man. They did, but my thing is like I feel like a lot of people walked into Prometheus, like yeah, it's gonna be an alien prequel. We're gonna see the xenomorphs and all that, and that's not what that movie is. But they didn't learn that until after the fact. But that's also to put the blame on Fox. They marketed that movie like it was a alien prequel.
Trying to get butts
They
in seats.
they had the text come up the same way and everything.
I mean, essentially it is, but
It's not in the way that like Covenant is.
you're right. You're absolutely right.
I just think they should have marketed that movie as more of as more of an original movie, and then you find out while watching the movie that like, oh yeah, this could be an alien prequel. Like that would have been a nice little twist.
Wouldn't have made as much money.
I mean, Ridley Scott making an original sci-fi movie, I feel like that would have gotten people a lot of people excited.
It would have got people excited, but I don't think it would have made as much as it did.
Yeah, we saw that with Covenant.
Mm-hmm.
But that's weird though, because in Covenant they put the xenomorphs front and center in the trailer.
They do.
I don't know, man.
Alien Covenant is surprisingly not a bad movie at all.
It's not. The movie is fire.
I was actually not expecting it to enjoy it as much as I did.
Movie is brutal. That bat kill is probably the best kill that's happened in this franchise. That whole sequence might be one of my favorites in that franchise.
Oh shoot!
Shoulder.
Oh! Flamethrower! Kill it! Oh, that's so gnarly. Oh, that's so
We took care of it, right?
gnarly.
Oh, you gonna get taken care of, all right?
You gonna learn today.
It's over. It's Oh.
The sounds it makes, bro. It's like, oh, you can hear it slithering. Oh, here we go.
Yo, this shot. Come here. Ow!
No! And
Oh,
so it begins.
hit the dirt. Ripozo.
What is going on? Her name is Worse Basky.
Bro, respectfully, I'm not listening to you right now. Like, talking about who's firing. Oh, now you want to tell me to fire. He's like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And then dies like 3 seconds later. Say again. Ow! No, Ripozo. The black guy didn't die first, but he didn't make it.
Tell me this shit.
Bro, they dropping like flies and you're not telling them to get out.
Right. Mayday, mayday. Yo,
At least the
get
dude
them
in
out there.
Independence Day, at least the dude in Independence Day was like, all right, bro, they dropping like flies. We got to get them out, bro. This
Right.
dude is like, not a chance. You know, y'all can open fire now.
Throw something.
Why he
Grabbed him by the collar.
Yo,
Grab this man by the collar.
grab this man out of his seat, bro. She said,
I'm
"Screw
doing
this.
something. I'm taking the
Let's go."
Tesla in there. Get off me.
Who said, nope.
I had to turn the car.
Where's my... It's interesting. Ridley Scott is not involved in this movie at all.
He didn't produce?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, guess not.
Oh!
No! My eye.
forget him. He's gone. Oh,
Ooh. Ooh. Take this.
poof.
Doom.
Ow.
Scene is so good.
Don't,
Oh,
don't, don't.
did that really knock him out though?
Down for the count.
Xenomorphs
That
running around, you get
the
knocked out by some boxes.
boxes were more
Ow!
deadlier than any xenomorph.
Run him over.
Poof. Ah! Xenomorph did not
That
stand a
was kind of
chance.
X gonna give it to you.
Yo, when you're running late for work. Oh, shoot. I would have stopped driving after what I saw in there.
Nope.
Keep going till I get to another planet. We got about an hour and 10 minutes left in this movie.
Nice.
So we will be ending this stream past midnight. And it will be my day of birth. Yes, it is my birthday tomorrow. For those who don't know.
Man, it's gonna be 19 years old. What, 22?
22.
22?
So it's my turn to say it's my birthday and use the Taylor Swift song.
Yep. Gotta use the Taylor Swift song, bro.
What the hell, Alex? This
Yeah,
man, bro.
yeah. I saw that. Yeah. That's why I was like, that sucks, bro. That actually happened to me not too long ago. Can't even board a plane without your ID or passport. So don't forget your ID. Let me see if that delivery made it.
What time was that?
I don't know if it says the time. It just said today. Yeah, just says today.
Hmm. Well, at least I know it's there. This kill is kind of funny. Oh! Now I just need the footage of the door opening and the xenomorph. Hello there.
Mm.
Cameron, I don't think the explosion was big enough.
Michael Bay would be proud.
Here we go. That's just great, man. That's just fucking great, man.
Shut up.
Really new. Thank you for the information.
That's real helpful right about now.
Over, man. Game over. So annoying, bro. Game over, man. Game over. Bill Paxton, bro.
That's it. Shut up.
Finally, somebody told him. Jesus.
I'll try my best.
I want to see. Let me see.
A little less than an hour left. You see, people have been getting those Twisters boxes.
Hmm.
I love the relationship between Ripley and Newt in this movie.
Yeah, I'm sure they went on to have a long and prospering relationship.
That's
And then
why
it ended
that's
tragically.
why 3 pisses me off so much. That's like one of the biggest reasons why I
I
just
mean,
like
it's the reason
can't
why
get with
everyone
3.
is pissed.
I know it's just like it's one of the reasons why I can't really get into it like that. Like I want to, but just it's like
It's
what
one of
was
those.
all this for? Like
Yeah, I, like I saw somebody watching it for the first time, and God, watching somebody react to it that's never seen it's like fucking torpedoes, just boom, boom, boom. Newt is dead. Hicks is dead. Bishop is still cut in half. Like
yep.
now, do I think people giving Alien 3 like a 1 out of 5 because of the beginning is a little unfair? Yes. Like I undoubtedly I I stand by that. Because I don't think now if you sit there and say, yeah, it's a 1 out of 5 based on the whole movie, I don't see that, but I can at least respect you saying like, yeah, I watched like I'm just looking at it as the whole movie. But I know people that say, yeah, I hate that movie because of the first 5 minutes. And because of that the movie's
Yeah.
bad. It's
That's
like
not
that's
fair.
not yeah, that's not really it's like me saying I hate Dark Fate because of the beginning.
Yeah. Right. I gave the movie a 3. Um, I can recognize the the positive aspects are just as a movie,
Yeah,
I
it's hard
don't want to
to.
go ever. I don't ever want to go back to it.
That's why, like, you can imagine me when I had to do my David Fincher thing. I was kind of just like, oh god.
hmm I know. Would say that about a lot of his movies, but I digress.
Somebody forged my signature. That wasn't me.
Did you ever watch Mank?
I did.
Mhm.
It's not great. That is certainly David Fincher's Oppenheimer,
Mm,
but I think Oppenheimer's astronomically better. Mank, I really don't care about anything in that movie. Oppenheimer, there's things I can care about.
mhm.
Yeah, Mank is. I would easily watch Alien 3 over Mank. Like that's not even the debate.
You suggested the game. That's good.
The game's really good.
Hmm.
Gone Girl is my favorite David Fincher movie. Behind,
Girl is,
ahead of Fight Club. Fight Club is my second favorite.
yeah, I would say
Um,
Fight Club might be my favorite. I think Seven is overrated.
yep. Panic
Um,
Room is really. You gotta watch Panic Room. Panic
I
Room
do
is
need to
really.
watch Panic Room. That's getting a 4K, right?
I think so.
I think I saw that that's getting a 4K or at least a Blu-ray release.
Zodiac is getting a 4K.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I haven't watched Zodiac in a
So
long
these.
time, and when I did watch it, I don't think I ever did finish it. So it'll pretty much be like a first time watch when I watch it.
What other movies have you done?
Benjamin Button,
Hey,
ugh,
it's
and
fun.
Social Network.
Social Network is good. The Killer was good too. I low key forgot that movie even came out last year. I think it's because I watched it like right off the like brink of being sick.
Did you see that in the theater?
No,
Because it dropped in some theater. Okay, I know
yeah,
it
I
released in
get it,
some
man.
theaters. Yeah, The Killer. I wasn't really feeling that. It was okay. I never think about it. Yeah, Fight Club and Gone Girl are the top for me. Mm, Paul W.S. Anderson did Alien versus Predator.
You can
Saw through
tell.
some. He doing some Paul W.S. Anderson movies. Um, Event Horizon. I like Event Horizon quite a
That
bit.
is good. That's
It gives me
easily
some.
his best movie.
Yeah, that's his best movie, and it gives me what's the movie? Doom. It gives me Doom vibes.
Doom and Alien.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a mix of those two. We just watched Afterlife. He did the first Resident. He directed the first Resident Evil 2, but he
Yeah,
didn't do 2,
and three.
3, and he came back for 4, 5, and 6.
What a return he made. Am I right?
Yo, I
This
thought that I
movie
liked that movie a
for
lot more
orange.
than I actually did. I watched that movie the other night. I was just like, I felt defeated after. I was
Steve Sky
like,
was king of art, bro.
some of the scenes were cool. Like, I like the bathroom scene when she's fighting the monster thing. I think that scene is cool.
The opening scene is cool. It's really stupid, but it's cool.
The opening scene, it's like just action nonsense. So like, if you're an action fan, yeah, but like as far as a film, like actual like critically, that scene is nonsense. And the whole thing, like the clones of her, I forget what the line that she says is real corny. It's like "Hello, boys" or something like that. When it's three of them, you see three of them, and it looks weird because it's three of them on the screen. It's just like, okay, all right. Every 2 seconds is slow motion. Like, I don't know.
We didn't talk about Dragon Tattoo. That was the one we didn't talk about.
We didn't talk about that. Um, slow,
That might have
slow
been
moving.
yeah, that might have been the most disappointed I had been going through that binge. I was so excited to watch that movie, and I was just like, other than the scene where she gets her revenge, it's kind of just whatever.
That was a movie that um I remembered enjoying a lot more the first time as well. And then the second time I watched it, I was just like, this movie is really boring. It's nothing really happening. Like, there's an investigation going on, but I just don't care. Like,
The best thing about it is the Immigrant Song remix. Mine goes hard.
there was two directors for Aliens versus Predator Requiem.
Yep.
Yeah, they both did. I guess they direct as a team. They did Skyline and a movie called Mute. Oh, that's a short. Mm-mm. I need to sharpen y'all skills, bro. Director of Alien Resurrection did Amelie.
I
It's a
told you that.
French director. Yeah, I guess you did. Yeah, I remember that now.
You were like, what?
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you did Amelie and a lot of other French films. Hmm. It's like Amelie's pretty good. I feel like even that movie is really like, it takes its time. And like sometimes when you watch a movie, it's like, what is this movie really about?
Someone said this should be the only poster that you shouldn't be allowed to change on Letterboxd, and it's the main poster for Covenant.
The which one?
The black poster for Covenant with all the stat.
Oh yeah,
That is
poster is
that's the
fire.
second best Alien poster because nothing tops that teaser poster for the first one. But thi- this poster, bro, that is art. That
Poster
is
is
art.
fire. I love that poster.
That is like literal art. The fact that that was on none of the physical media is disgusting.
Did it not have a steelbook?
It did, but that wasn't it.
Mm.
It might have been the inside. Let's see. Kind of pissed I don't have that steelbook. And I had so many chances to get that steelbook too.
It is the inside.
I figured.
It's the inside.
Oh!
The sound. Dang, that thing is fast.
Yeah, somebody made a custom one. That's kind of fire.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. It's crazy to say that I enjoy Alien Covenant more than Prometheus, but it's true.
Because it's got the Xenomorph stuff in there.
I feel like it's genuinely a better movie, like as far as the story. It's not as boring. Maybe it is just because the xenomorphs are involved, but
It's more of an alien movie than Prometheus. Like in terms of its story, like they go to this planet and stuff starts going wrong.
true. But I feel like even if Prometheus wasn't part of the Alien franchise, I would just
Yeah.
like Covenant more, period. Like, I don't know. We'll never know.
Oh,
Facehuggers.
whoo!
You see that crawling towards you that fast, what you doing?
Ow!
Ow! I got your neck.
Ugh. Newt, you're not helping.
There you go. That's how
Down
you
my
help.
tail. Boof, yo, Hicks, bro, Hicks is goaded, bro. Hicks is goaded. Hicks is a real one, bro. He said, "Forget this. Y'all ain't gonna break the window."
Shoot it out.
Hicks is a real one for that.
Mm-hmm. Man, dove through the window. Light it up.
Planet of the Apes is next week, right?
Let me check. Let me check. Believe so. Believe it is. I want that steel book.
You're not getting that.
I'm not, but I like it. Um, it is not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. Along with Drive 4K.
Oh my god.
I guess Poltergeist 2 is getting a Scream Factory
Yeah.
4K.
Is 3 coming out that same day?
Don't see it on Blu-ray.com. Watchers as well. Watchers comes out the 27th as well. The highly anticipated Garfield movie is coming out.
Oh, I forgot that came out this year. I really
Mm-hmm.
did.
Let's get a 4K. I didn't realize that. I haven't seen the 4K design. Guess it's not out yet. Watchmen animated joint. Yeah. I don't think Poltergeist 2 is coming out, or 3 is coming out with that. Succession complete series on Blu-ray, $104.
So I'm probably gonna wait on the Watchers because it's not getting a steelbook. So I'll probably just wait on that.
It's not getting a still look. Are you getting that dry 4K, bro? You better
Yeah.
get on that. Mug might be sold out.
We'll see how the weekend ends. Because this week, this upcoming week, nothing comes out, right?
No, not really. We got the Beetlejuice 4K, Evil Dead 4K Steelbook, Red Eye 4K. Yeah, nothing really. Joker
Yeah,
4K Steelbook is coming out too.
so I'll probably just pre-order those this week.
It looks like those Walmart joints, Steelbook horror joints are coming next week.
I'm not getting none of those. Yeah, so it's looking like I'm just gonna pre-order those steelbooks next week. Get that out the way.
Halo Season 2 4K. I don't understand how this show keeps getting a 4K.
Here we go.
We can't get Blu-rays for Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but we can get Halo Season 1 and 2 on 4K.
Yep.
Make it make sense.
Hoo-wee!
Oh, they coming for you, boy. They coming for you.
Yo, they jump in there.
They jumping, bro. It's insane.
The Xenomorphs
Y'all need
actually
to.
move really fast. They couldn't really show it in the 80s, but like in Covenant, they move really fast, and in the game, they move really fast too.
Okay, so which game are you referring to?
Hi, bro. The Fireteam Elite game.
Mm-hmm. Now, is it only 2 Alien games?
No, there's way more than that.
There's more.
I think there's an Alien versus Predator game. It came out for like Super Nintendo, but they have one.
I mean, on these current gens, that's what I'm talking about. Like PS4, PS5, Xbox One.
Yeah, I think it's only Isolation and then Fireteam Elite, and I think there's like a tabletop game too.
I want. Oh, coming out the.
You're dead.
Oh! Yeah, I wanted to play Alien Isolation. It's in my wish list. Give somebody epilepsy, seizure. Didn't this have a seizure warning on it? Or no, it was Poltergeist. That's what it is. Bro, they really put a seizure warning on that physical.
That mug was on the J card, is on the discs, is on the insert in there. Might as well have made it the inside artwork. Like, yo,
Said, just so you know,
uh-oh. Ow! Rip. Should have
rip,
shown.
rip. Mm, come on, move it, move it. Mm, I kind of want to get that Let Him Go 4K.
What's that?
I actually really like that movie, the Kevin Costner and Diane Lane movie,
Mm,
where
yeah.
I guess their grandson got taken and they gotta go get him.
Oh
Yo, the way he was climbing in there.
no! This
Wait,
this
he was
sequence has
climbing.
like the scariest shot in the movie where she looks up and it comes down from the vent.
Slashing.
That sound effect of the gun, man. Shit is. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, but I really hope that sound effect is in Romulus. Like, ooh!
Said, come here.
Ah!
I got you now.
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh, my leg.
I always kind of hated how this was how they died. That kind of bummed me out.
Mhm.
Like, come on, bro, just amputate that mug and keep it pushing.
Mm, ADR.
Yo, the Xenomorphs were low key packing in this movie, bro. Because in the first movie, they're not so like beefy and built.
No. And I don't think they ever showed him be as fast either.
No,
No,
definitely not.
not at all. So,
Because in the first one, it's just like kind of walked and stalked.
mm-hmm.
Hell, in the first movie, the thing was taking a nap in the spaceship at the end.
Right.
Ow! Wee! You just left her. Why are you calling out for her? Like, she's not gonna just magically show up.
So she knows where she is.
Oh, the little fingers.
Little tiny fingers. Yo, this part, bro. Oh. Mm. Come on. Mm.
You're coming with me. We so me and AJ watched this when the 4K came out. And I guess we both forgot about that shot. That happened, we lost it. We were like, ah! Yeah, it's kind of scarier when you watch this movie after seeing the other ones because you know what they do when they capture you.
Mhm.
Especially if you've seen the director's cut of the first Alien, because that's when they really show you what happens. Like that scene where she goes into that part of the ship and they're all like strung up. That's
Mhm.
that's some gnarly stuff.
It is.
Oh, ah, ah, ah,
Take it off. Take it off.
ah,
Take it
get it
off.
off. Ah.
She said, "You got this, bruh." Bishop.
We're not cool.
I'm a little bummed that the Drive 4K didn't get a slip. Like, not that I
Yeah,
dislike the Steelbook, but I kind of would prefer it on like standard with a slip cover.
I
I
hate when
like the
they do.
Steelbook. I do.
Sony's made a real bad habit of doing that, where
It's
they
just
just
like
put it on the
interesting.
steelbook and that's it.
Yeah.
Because Friday Night is like that, Matilda's like that.
See, I'm okay with the Fright Night. I was fine with Fright Night.
Well, yeah,
I love the design. Matilda, I feel like the design for Matilda is good.
I love that steelbook. I
It's
do.
good. Um, I don't know. I feel like this is the only one that I'm feeling like I really wish there was a slip. Mm,
You saw they're putting Whiplash back in the theater for their
didn't see that.
anniversary. Definitely got to get on that.
Just watch Whiplash 2 weeks ago.
The single greatest movie ending of all time.
It is fantastic. This year has been really slow on physical media.
Yep.
Really slow. I'm wondering what's up with that. Did you pre-order that Late Night with the Devil Steelbook?
No.
I want to get Horizon, the Horizon Steelbook. Is that even on pre-order yet? No, that Steelbook isn't even on Amazon. Knuckles getting a 4K.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Did anybody even really watch that show? Oh, and Inside Out 2 comes out September 10th. Hmm. Batman joint. Kind of forgot that was coming out. Oh, those trimmers. Well, at least Trimmers 2 is getting a standard Arrow 4K. Want that?
That is some crazy ass shit. They they essentially lock you in that prison to where, yeah, when that thing's ready to jump at you, it's a wrap. Nope, it's on site. Let's go.
No.
Oh,
Mm. Why is jumping around? If they release this Friday 13th one more time,
they're releasing it again.
yeah, it's on Arrow. Arrow got a 4K.
No, but that's the remake. That's not the original.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it does say 2009. You're right.
I'm buying that. I'm hyped for that.
Mhm. They're giving Caligula a 4K. Yikes!
Yo, hooey.
I did not realize they were doing that Universal Monsters thing. Maybe I did. Maybe you sent me that.
Yo, that's nasty. You done it now, Ripley. A big ass forehead. Damn, that's a 16 head. Forget forehead.
Can land a plane on that thing.
Yo, you really could, bro. Oh well, I guess that's not his head. It's more like crown, if you will.
Crown, yeah.
The queen.
Queen.
She a bad bitch.
Queen. Kneel before your queen. Oh, my
Oh
babies.
no! Ripley said respectfully, kick rocks. All right. You got it. You got it.
Doesn't Alex have a pop of this?
The queen probably.
Yeah. I thought he did.
Nope. No! I trusted you! Let me out! Let me out! Ripley, I think you got them. Oh! I'm free! I'm free!
I'm breaking free. When did I come to New York? 2022?
Yeah.
Dang. Been 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of insane. Close your eyes. Mm.
Oh.
Mhm. Mm. We made it.
Uh-oh. Ah! Ah! It's disgusting.
Ugh.
My back. Oh, demolished. Bitch, you thought I was dead? Yo, why is Bishop trying to get up, bro? Like, ooh, let me do something with half a body and no legs. Yo, Noob was out of there. He said, nope, nope. Yo, I'm tired of this. My arms are only so long.
The lighting. Here's the line.
Get away from her, you bitch.
Ah.
Leave the line to stay away from her, you bitch. This film class, right? Ow!
Pimp slapped
Yo!
her, bro. Pimp
Knock
slapped
that
her.
woman in the next week.
Wasn't expecting that.
Yo. Ah!
Let me at him.
Mm.
Leave.
Mm. Woo! Yo. Ah! You're coming with me. I've fallen and I can't get up. Bro, Bishop gonna be like, help, help, help. Ow! Bro, Bishop is a real one, bro. Man, save new with no legs.
Mommy.
Nope. My line is really dumb.
I'm not your mama. Don't think about Alien 3. Don't think about Alien 3. Don't think
Mhm.
about Gotta remind myself, bro, to enjoy the end of this movie.
And that was James Cameron's Aliens. Ah,
Good stuff.
very good, very good.
Good stuff.
It's crazy that that movie came out before Terminator 2, but in terms of special effects, I think that movie Aliens is better than Terminator 2
Yeah,
because
I can agree.
the T-1000 was revolutionary for 92, but it is kind of dated.
It's dated. It is. I ain't gonna lie. I love that movie, but it's dated.
There's like maybe
Doesn't
two or
look
three
great.
shots in Aliens that I'd be like, yeah, that's dated.
Yeah. Mainly the shots of
Yeah, the
showing the
ships,
spaceship. Yeah,
but like
outside.
the
You can tell.
xenomorphs, all that stuff is flawless, man. All
That's what
right.
happens when you have practical effects.
Moving on to the final topic, it is the physical media update. I only got three things. It has been very slow for physical
Yeah, I don't
media.
have anything, so you can go.
So the first thing I got is the 4K for Pacific Rim. I kept the lenticular slip on
It's like
there
that
because
looks like a Blu-ray.
the slip is raw. But I actually got this for Prime Day like a month ago, and it took forever to ship, and I finally got it. Very much enjoy the first Pacific Rim. I'm very much looking forward to watching that on 4K. I got the 4K steelbook of the Fall Guy. Truthfully, I was not gonna buy this day one, but the steelbook was raw, and I was like, I need to get on that because I love this steelbook. This
Very
movie
nice.
was very fun. It was a very fun time in the theater. Um, I definitely like that movie more than Bullet Train.
Hmm.
And the last piece of physical media I got is the Resident Evil 6 movie collection, 4K, Paul W.S. Anderson, mostly
Oh, it
directed.
opens up in the middle like that? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so it pops up,
I
and
didn't know that.
yeah, it's just like the Underworld joint.
Well, yeah, I see that now. I did not know that.
Um,
Wow.
I've wanted this set for a long time. These movies are not great at all. But they're kind of fun to watch and trash, you know. And I am a fan of Resident Evil, so I feel like it was something I had to have, even if these movies are not great. I've come around to really like the first one. Apocalypse is fun. Extinction is really boring. Afterlife is really just not great, but it's kind of whatever. And I remember the last two being atrocious. So that's fun. But I love this set. The aesthetic, just I love looking at it. Having that big old umbrella joint, I love it. And that is going to do it for this episode of Nerd Talk. As you can tell in my voice, I am beyond the word exhausted. Birthday or not, I am going into the bed after this. Um, thank you guys to all that popped out for the stream. Next week we will be doing a live watch along for The Crow in anticipation for The Crow remake that drops that same week. Tomorrow we will be dropping an OVR for 101 Dalmatians because it is my birthday and that is the one that I wanted to do for my month. So I'm very excited for that. That was actually a very fun one that we did. So
It was.
um, hope you guys are excited for that. In terms of stuff for me, I posted a couple of reviews. I posted my thoughts on the Rebel Moon director's cut fiasco, which was more me talking about how much of a mess that was. Um, I dropped my review for M Night Shyamalan's Trap, and I dropped my review for Borderlands. Two movies that were, in my opinion, garbage. So that's a shame. But hey, we have Romulus tomorrow, so
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, right. You got anything going on?
No, I'm gonna continue to drop reviews and reactions and stuff like that on my channel and my Instagram slash TikTok. So stay tuned for that. And continuously uploading to the Nerd Talk YouTube or Instagram and TikTok as well. So follow us on there.
Once again, thank you to everyone who joined this stream. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for all notifications for future Nerd Talk videos and live streams. And we will see you on the next episode of Nerd Talk, everybody. Have a great one.